Ritual report. Now, these are actual rituals that people actually do. People have actually done. These are real people. This is no fictitious people. You know what I'm saying? These are real cases, and these are real arrests. You know what I'm saying? Of people who have done these satanic Hollywood rituals. If you want to read the original report that Brother Lamik Israel is reading, you can go to Facebook and type in Illuminati Exposed Podcast. Make sure you hit that like button while you're over there. Okay, Brother Israel, ritual report.
Ritual report. This is from metrolife.ng. Yes, sir.
Metrolife.ng. Like I said, you can go over there to that Facebook fan page and check out the original report. Go ahead, Brother Israel.
Alrighty. The article headline, some arrested Yahoo Plus boys confess to making girls run mad and useless after using them for rituals.
Oh Lord, you know what this is? This is the dummy mind state. Running mad. This is the Destiny's Child, what Beyonce did to Michelle. You know what I'm saying? This is what Rakim did to his brother. You know what I'm saying? And so forth and so forth. There's a lot of celebrities that made other people dummies. Let's go ahead and hear this. Go ahead, Brother Israel.
Alrighty. Some suspects arrested by the police in Lagos State for allegedly indulging in Yahoo Plus have confessed that they make their victims, especially girls, either run mad, become sick, or useless.
Become sick or useless. So you can become sick if you're ritualized. And you can definitely become useless. Go ahead, Brother Israel.
Total Media reports that one of the suspected fraudsters, identified simply as Hakeem, alias H Funds, a 26-year-old university dropout, told police that they used voodoo, otherwise known as Yahoo Plus, for science to get money from their victims.
They use what? Voodoo. Otherwise, Yahoo Plus, that's just another name, just like Illuminati is another name for voodoo. Illuminated. Yeah, illuminated one. Illuminati just means illuminated ones. In order to be the illuminated ones, you got to do the rituals in order to be, you know what I'm saying, attract that type of energy that you're looking for. You're looking for money, you got to be illuminated. Such things of that nature. And these are rituals. Go ahead, Brother Israel.
For science to get money from their victims. Hakeem, who said he dropped out in his first year in school to concentrate on the ritual fraud, added that he was able to buy cars, build a house, and other properties from the proceeds of the rituals.
He was able to buy cars, houses, and other things from the proceeds of the ritual. Remind you of somebody? Remind you of these celebrities. Go ahead, Brother Israel.
After spending lavishly, we sometimes go bankrupt, so we have no choice than to use metaphysical powers to hypnotize our victims online. The act of using voodoo is what people nicknamed Yahoo Plus. I use it so that the victim, otherwise known as a client, will fall deeply in love with me and obey my every command. I have been into dating scam for a while now, and I can boast of 2 cars and a house. I use voodoo for dating scam. I use it to spellbind my online victims and make them make him or her easy to control. There are different kinds of voodoo. One is to use the image of a white client. Another is to make incisions on our hands, place our legs on a tortoise, or take the client's name to a clerk or native doctor, which is a juju priest.
Juju priest, herbalist, witch doctor, warlock, witch, is all the same thing. And you know what I'm saying? So you people who frequent these dating websites, you just might get ritualized. They might throw a hex on you. You got to be careful. Because this actually goes on. The spiritual controls the physical. The physical don't control the spiritual. And these people work in spiritual darkness and wickedness to control its victims. You see what I'm saying? In order to obtain that status. Like I told you. You know what I'm saying? These are spirits that these people throw at you. So either you are going to be a slave to the spirit, or you are going to overcome that spirit. If you are an alcoholic, you are a slave to a spirit. If you are a drug addict, you are a slave to a spirit. You see what I'm saying? You crave that. You smoke weed. You need to smoke weed. I know a lot of people, cannot freaking damn function throughout the day unless they have a fucking blunt. That's a spirit that they are enslaved to. But go ahead, Brother Israel.
Sometimes we take our phones and computers to a shrine. The type of Yahoo Plus I do is to take client's name to the shrine. He confessed. Another suspect who gave his name as Larry, a 25-year-old man, also confessed to defrauding unsuspecting victims online, but however said he couldn't have succeeded in internet fraud alongside his younger brother, if their mother didn't step in.
See, now, the only way that you are not going to be a victim of being a dummy, because that's what these are. They put their victims in a dummy mind state. The only way that you're going to avoid being a dummy is if you go to the Most High God. He got the power over all of these, because all of these spirits are subject unto the Most High. So you go to the Most High. Go ahead, Brother Israel.
According to him, after buying a car through his first scam proceeds, his mother took them to a herbalist and introduced them to the new level of cyber fraud, Yahoo Plus. Although my father is late, we have been successful in the cyber fraud business because my mother supports my brother and I, and my mother took my younger brother and me to a woman's place. The woman took us to a river and bathed us. Beside that, I do other sorts of rituals like asphalt, a show. Once you have done a show, you will succeed in every kind of internet scams. I must confess that I have achieved a lot by God's grace. I haven't seen any repercussions because I go back to the herbalist place to renew my voodoo.
Now, what God is he talking about? He received a lot by God's grace. His God is Satan. Voodoo is Satan. These celebrities achieved a whole lot by their God's grace. Satan. Go ahead, Brother Israel.
Another suspect who gave his name simply as T-Money said that he had been using black magic for his cybercrime for long. The 27-year-old T-Money, a 200-level dropout, said after he abandoned his university program, he tried his hands at several menial jobs and failed to succeed in any. Had no option but to go into cyber fraud and later graduate to the use of rituals. When I started the internet fraud, I couldn't earn much. I only earned enough to buy clothes, some pair of shoes, and an iPhone. I became intrigued on how my friends were making good money. I asked questions and got answers. It was the answers that led me into Yahoo Plus. It is what most of my friends do. I went to meet an Islamic cleric. I was into dating scam when I first started. The dating scam was not really fetching a huge amount of money. I began using Yahoo Plus because my friends were making it big and buying cars. Once they make big money, they will go and lodge in hotels. I desperately wanted to belong. I wanted to know what it feels like to be rich. I had no choice then to meet the cleric whom I paid for the ritual. Look at me today. I'm doing fine. For 28-year-old Sir Cash, there are different categories Yahoo Plus known as Ashol and Irapata. According to him, the two are used to enhance internet scam operations. There is another Yahoo Plus that is very bad and dangerous. It entails using the glory of innocent girls. You rub something like oil into the private part of a girl before having sexual intercourse with her. She either becomes sick or will never amount to much in life. We also use prostitutes. Most of these rituals have repercussions. One must be very careful. Most of us do a voodoo called a show. A show has little or no repercussion, and most of us use it. The way a show works is that it compels the victim to pay money. There are some of our guys who, after using the voodoo, get richer, but also forget to return to the shrine or clerics to renew their voodoo. That's when problems start. One can even run mad if care is not taken. The police say it has commenced investigations with the aim of arresting other members of Yahoo Plus, while those already in custody will soon be charged to court. The article.
Remind you of something? Run mad if you don't go to the juju priest. Kanye West is running mad because what did he not do? Who there? Orlando Brown. They call him crazy. Running mad. But anyway, this is news. Like I said, if you want to check out the complete report, go to Facebook and type in Illuminati Exposed Podcast. Hit that like button while you're over there. I'm your host. I'm your pastor, Mr. Michael Smith. My co-host is Brother Lamik Israel. If you're new to this channel, please tap that subscribe button, hit that like button, share button, comment bar. Till next time, stay tuned. God bless you.
You are tuning in to Pastor Michael Smith Show. Illuminati News Hour on the Gospel Radio Show. Yeah, you are tuning into the